All right, folks, how's it going out there? Today we are going to be working on this here MS-06 MS-06S Zaku II Red Comet version Principality of Xeon Char Asimel's Mobile Suit. That's right, this is from the Gundam, the Origin line of HGs. It's from the remastered movies, I guess. I'm not exactly sure what the Origin was supposed to be, other than kind of a retelling of everything leading up to the 1 Year War. Back from 0079, but we did get a lot of really, really cool remakes of various model kits out of this. The Origin line is absolutely fantastic in my opinion, and today we're going to be working on this kind of dusty box version of the Char's Zaku II. I've already done the Zaku II before, but we're going to do this Char one today. I haven't done this one yet. And we'll see how it turns out. This is a pretty decent kit from what I remember from the non-Char version. So, should be a fun little build. Not too stressful, not too intense. Just kind of, you know, easy going, laid back, relaxed Wednesday afternoon hump day sort of kit. The only thing is all of the little accent lines and stuff with the stickers that we can see there already. But it's not like that's a problem. It's just, you know, something to keep in mind when putting this together, that there are going to be some stickers that need to go on to make it look like it is out of the box. But again, they're not too egregious or anything, so I'm not overly concerned about how they'll go on. My cat has decided to run back and forth up and down the hall over there tonight, apparently. So, good on you, cat. You do those laps in the hall. Now, one thing I do really actually like about this particular kit, because I've done the regular green version, is the amount of surface detail there is on this, which makes it really nice for panel lining, because you actually get a whole lot of those details really popping out once you get that that detailing in, and it's just overall a really nice feeling kit once it's all done. It's not it doesn't feel hollow or loose or anything like that you sometimes get with other sort of high grade kits. In fact, like that's pretty much the mantra of the Origin line.
This I will not ruin the stream.
Well, please don't. Last stream I had, and you guys got in here, and Forged in particular. That's right, I'm calling him out. Got up in here making a mockery of my wholesome family stream.
I nearly just had a nervous breakdown because I have to I turned in science homework today that we were like gonna turn in class.
Yep.
But I thought I didn't actually give it to her, and I was gonna post it online. So when I opened my binder and they weren't there, I thought I lost it in class, and I was like,
So it's always a good idea to pay attention to what you're doing in class while you're actually in class, I guess.
No, I did submit it. I remembered because that was like a thing that I really had thought about. But It's like I completely forgot because it was my second period. And so I was just like, okay, I have to do this. Because I just look and I see, oh, it's not submitted. So I thought I had to.
Fair enough.
Also, I emailed her like last night, and she only responded a little bit, like right before school started.
Huh. I mean, she's probably getting lots of emails, especially if there are projects due.
It's not a project. It's just an assignment.
Yeah, homework.
Yeah, like I once emailed like a teacher, my Spanish teacher, that most kids say like she never responds to email. She responded like 5 minutes. Yeah, there's also a ton of kids complaining she was a horrible teacher, and I think she was fine for the 2 years I had her. Other year. Except for that time she said I shouldn't be going to Spanish 1 because I didn't know something. Then again, it was also a weird situation because, okay, at my school, because it's Jewish, we had to do Hebrew for 2 years.
Right.
But I went haha funny mode and said, what if in 7th grade, only after a year of Hebrew, I do Spanish? Funny. So yeah, I ended up like becoming very anxious like every day I had that class because I was the only 7th grader, and I felt like everybody was like, man, he's so weird. And so like I had like extreme anxiety issues, or not. Well, it wasn't extreme, but it made me really nervous because there was also the fact that I was in fact failing the class, and so she had done it so that I would have to meet with her every morning, and then my advisor was like, man, she's doing something smart. So every week, every time I got to school early in the morning, I would have to go to a class and talk to them about what we had, even if I was like really doing good in that class.
I can't imagine a situation where you, of all people, would feel out of place, feeling like you were weird. I can't imagine that. This is sarcasm, by the way.
Yeah, I can tell. I know exactly what you're talking about.
As long as you can tell what my sarcasm is, that's all I care about.
Well, I mean, there was also the fact that I got called into our administrator's office because I was failing, and then I had to have multiple discussions with him about what language I was going to take next year. Because I had the choice of either taking Hebrew or Spanish, and if I took Spanish, I'd have to take Hebrew in high school.
Okay.
And he is not a fun person to talk to, at least for the most part. I'm always like that one person who defends teachers because one way or another I've spent more time with them.
I know what a teacher's psyche is like. I've been there.
Good or bad.
Is this an A3 runner? Oh, it's A2. Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to move some of this stuff around.
I'm kind of peeved because have you seen like the Momoka project I'm planning on doing?
I have not.
You check work in progresses. I'm like putting on the real grade Zagok's arms and legs because I kind of want to make like a space variant or like something like, or just like a space suit.
Okay.
I kind of have some more I like tried developing for the fun of it.
Fair enough.
But I really wanted to put on the high grades because this railgun is like a year old, and it was a time when I did the Mecha Guy Kotsu version of Snip Snap, except I only did Snip. So it's just the most outrageous nubs, and I really need to clean it up. I need to take like the entire thing apart, and I do not want to do that. But the high grade is all it's all ball joints, but right. It's the opposite of what I need. It's ball joints on the chest and waist.
I see. All right.
I like how they say Red Comet version instead of Char's.
I mean, it says Char's on it as like the subtitle, but yeah, it is just the Red Comet version for the main thing. And I don't know if that's the origin thing or not, but whatever.
I'm assuming it's kind of the. Well, I mean, I'm assuming they're kind of doing it as in like most Fedi soldiers only refer to it as like the Red Comet because I mean no one knows that this Char Aznable except for like Xeon, so it might be going for like that.
All right, we'll give these display nippers a second run today.
Oh yeah, you did just get new nippers in, didn't you?
I did. They are. I mean, they were good when I used them on Monday. They're a little stiffer of a cut than God hands are, but they're not bad overall.
stiffer as in like they have a bit more of an issue going through the plastic?
Not really. They just feel like they do. Like, I don't think they actually do, but I've been using the God Hands for so long that it's like, it's hard to tell if they're actually sharper or not.
Ah,
I mean, I don't think they're as... I don't think they're as, like, straight up as sharp as, but I don't think they're significantly less sharp than, if that makes any sense. Like, they're not as good, but the difference is negligible.
Hey, sorry about that groan. That wasn't you. That was my charger stuck on my headphone cord, so I could barely move.
Ah.
Or, well, barely move my head is an understatement. It was more of I can't slide my chair all the way down to the other side of my room so I can throw away my snack.
Fair enough.
I have a long cord.
Yeah, but I'm going to give these another run because the couple of small issues that I had with them on the bear guy may have just been the bear guy's plastic being a little old because it's not exactly a new kit. I think it's from 2016,
yeah.
Something like that.
I don't know if you would call it flashing, but in the blue on my Momokable, I got like these weird like streaks of white or like really kind of whitish blue. Actually, yeah, I do think that is flashing.
Like in the plastic itself?
Yeah, like so like on the surface, like I couldn't clean it off. I don't know what it was, but it was like kind of it looked like a little bit of a lighter tone.
It's probably just plastic stress.
I don't think it was plastic stress because it was in the middle of like the dome, and they were still all on their nubs perfectly, and it didn't seem bent at all. But it might
Yeah, but
be.
you can still get that, like, it's surface stress, basically. Especially in kits that have been sitting around for a while. Not saying that's, like, necessarily 100% what it is, but most of the time when I've seen stuff like that, it's just old plastic that's been slightly warped and, you know, temperature changes and stuff can cause it.
Yeah, it makes a bit of sense.
Usually the only way to get rid of it is to either paint over it or sand it like a mofo.
Well, I do not want to sand it because I do not have really any good sanding tools that won't leave giant marks.
Fair enough.
Ooh, I'm just gonna work on this in Nanju. Kind of colors. Okay, let's read this Parsha. Thankfully, I have like no homework due tomorrow, so this is the perfect day for you to stream.
That's good, I guess. It's not even gonna.
I mean, I'm happy because I've been finishing my homework earlier. So it means I have more free time. It also means I'll always be anxiously checking my school website to make sure. Do I not have anything to do?
Yeah,
this should help on my parent.
Relatively boring build tonight, though, because it's just this here Zaku.
Oh, you don't have anything else?
I mean, we'll see how long it takes me and how I feel when I get done, but I've built one of these before. I built the regular Zaku C.
They're not exactly...
I mean, it's not a bad kit. I like it. They're not groundbreaking or, like, revolutionary or anything, but they are solid kits.
They're interesting for, like, high grades of their sizes. Because I know one of them has, like... Don't they have, like, kind of close to what you might get on, like, the newer real grades or maybe a cheap master grade inner frame in the leg? Like, I know that's pretty full.
Yeah, it's... I mean, they're decent, but it's not... I wouldn't call it like a full like real grade or even master grade. It's just they're really, really nicely done high grades. The Origin line is on the whole. Like so far, I have not done any of the Origin line kits and been like, I don't like that kit.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not really... There's not really a lot of issues from what I hear about the Origin kits.
No, they're just real solid kits. There's really nothing to have issues with.
Yeah.
I mean, some people find them kind of boring because, like, I mean, honestly, most of them are Jims and Zaku's. Like, that's pretty much all you got so far.
There's not even a gym. It's just the Zaku's. There's like, okay, there's the RX, the Zaku's, and then like some really weird variety of like test MS apparently.
No, you also get the Jims because you've got the Intercept type, the Guard type, and all of
Oh,
those.
I completely forgot about those.
Yeah, those are all
Does feel
technically
like,
Jins. So,
I mean, okay, yeah, that's fair. I feel like they're more so from like the MSV line. Like, aren't they? Like, aren't they technically titled the MSV line? But they're like they're basically in the same style as the Origin or based off the Origin.
well, they are they're the Origin MSV.
Ah,
So
yeah, that's why. Okay,
Yep.
that's why. There we go.
But they are from the Origin line because they're inspired by all the stuff that went down with the Origin. Because the idea
Yeah.
behind the Origin is that it's all the like early on like prototype mobile suits, which is why you get the Zaku 1 and the Zaku 2 command type and the revive type and stuff like that.
Dude, have you seen Ray's like essay on why the high grade XI Gundam is fake?
I saw that people were posting a bunch about it and then completely ignored it because I don't care.
You know, yeah, that's fair.
I mean,
I don't know why I ever join in on these arguments while I'm at school.
like, because it's all like Hathaway's Flash crap, right? And I just don't care
Yeah.
about Hathaway's Flash in the least.
I'm kind of excited about it. I want to see that.
I mean, like, I didn't like the Penelope. I think it looks just ridiculously overblown. Like, I don't know. I just
Okay,
am not
without the
caring.
armor, it looks like a fine Gundam.
Right.
With the armor, now that, like, I had mine just displayed besides the armor because it looks so much better like that.
Right.
But yeah, with the armor, it looks overblown, and then the XI is kind of, it's a bit of both,
Yeah.
whether that be positive or negative.
All right.
What the fuck are you eating? Like poppers over here?
Huh?
Whatever they're called. I just heard like a bunch of crackling.
That was me shaking my panel line accent bottle.
Ah, now I see. I just experienced the shaking.
Yep. I put a couple of ball bearings in the bottle to make sure that it really breaks up any that tries to sedimentate on the bottom.
Huh, never heard of that.
Yeah, it's a trick people use with like Citadel paints and stuff just to make sure they don't like when they're actually getting ready to use them and they shake them up that you're breaking up a lot of the paint that may have not really dried but settled on the bottom of the container.
Yeah.
Come on. There we go.
That stupid little. We're starting a new schedule. No, you don't understand. This school is making it just absolutely so hard for my mom.
Why is that?
Because, okay, the schedule currently is pretty fucking weird. Because, you know how, okay, so most schools are kind of doing like a 2-1-2, or, okay, well, that's not exactly how. But it's like they have one group of the school, like half the school, be on campus like Monday, Tuesday. Everyone's online Wednesday, and then another group is on campus Wednesday, Thursday, and everyone else would be online during that.
Gotcha.
But instead, what my school has done is middle school has full reign of the campus in the first half of the day, and then we have full reign in the second half. And already that caused some trouble for my mom because she has to move her clients around. So she has like the time to take me, or I can carpool as well. But now they have changed it once again to an hour earlier that we need to get there. And it's just completely like screwing everything over for my mom.
Why do they keep changing it? I mean, you're like in the middle
I
of semester, right?
Yeah, I have no idea either. Well, I think it's like, well, no, the semester is ending pretty soon, I think, or something. Some shit's going on. I didn't get the email, they did.
I see.
But it just feels so annoying and so unnecessary because we've already gotten used to it. The only plus I can see is it now ends at 3:40
Huh.
or 3:41. The times are just so weird.
I see.
What about you? You got anything new with that 18 fiber or whatever?
With that what?
Wasn't there a problem? Didn't you want to get like AT&T fiber or something in your house?
No, not AT&T, but the local company that does fiber was giving me a bunch of runaround, and I'd never heard back from them. So I'm just assuming they decided not to actually come and do what they were actually supposed to do.
Ugh,
So I'll bother them at
sucks.
some point. Yeah, I'll bother them at some point, but right now it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
All right.
Dude, Phineas and Ferb made a song about World War II.
Wouldn't doubt it.
Why is this song real nice?
No idea.
Oh, I'm not talking about the song you're listening to. I'm talking about my own.
I am not a Phineas and Ferb expert, so I would not know the answer to those questions.
Oh, you know what I should do? Okay, once I finish this thing, I'm gonna start that. Let us read the Tanakh.
Let's go in like that, or no, other way maybe. Let's go like that. Yeah, I think it goes like that. Oh, that doesn't work. There we go. It's an interesting fit.
What's it like?
No, it's just kind of tight in the way it goes in.
I
It
was,
has like around the shoulder
like,
area here. Yeah, it's just the way the connection is supposed to be.
okay.
I mean, I get why it is, but it's still an interesting fit to say the least. So that goes in like that. Gotcha. All right, there we go. And there's nothing in between those? Okay. nice. Very nice.
What is Z saying?
I don't know, man. I'm not looking at it.
You must concentrate on the principalities of Xeon's leading MS.
I mean, I'm just not looking at the Discord chat. It's not in front of me. It's over to the side because that's where I keep my laptop is, out of my face.
I just don't even have my laptop. My desk is on the other side of my room. I just have my phone.
Ah. So what is Z saying?
For legal reasons, I will not be making an appearance.
Fair enough, I guess.
Okay, wait. What legal reasons happened last night? I don't remember exactly.
Oh, I mean, it was just Forged got on and kept going off about wanting to get banned from other servers and all kinds
Oh,
of
I mean, I was
nonsense.
there for then. I was assuming there was something else other than me nearly doxing myself.
Nope, not really.
Hmm. Okay, this song is depressing. I can't listen to this on loop.
Then I would recommend not doing that then.
You gotta find a song that has an ending. Oh, there's a good one. You really got me now.
Hey. Keep that up. You're going to get me struck down by the
If I sing too much of this song.
content police over
I was gonna
YouTube.
say, if I sing
YouTube's
this.
going to come in. They're going to be like, you reproduce.
Ambassador.
Yes.
I think your Wi-Fi's going out. You're kind of that might be me, but you're kind of cutting out, and your stream is lagging. Okay, this might be me.
Yeah, it might be because everything looks good on my end at the moment.
Yes, definitely. Okay, well, my voice connection has gotten better, but my YouTube is just completely blank.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Seems like a you problem.
Let's just do my.
Yep, you're roboting again. Let me know when you're done pretending to be a robot.
Voice connections up on 3 bars. So let's just go back into down.
Alrighty. Guess he had to go fix his voice connection. Is that Herb again? Well, it was for a second. I'm supposing then that he's having more connection problems yet. So we'll continue building this here backpack while he tries to figure out his connection issues.
Oh, we there, boys.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Am I Mr. Roboto now, or am I good?
You're much, much better.
I had to do the trials of, will Discord allow me to both speak and hear?
Yeah, well, it looks like you got there eventually.
Yeah, I kind of realized my Wi-Fi was the issue when I started connecting and disconnecting automatically.
Yeah, I was trying to let you know that you were doing the whole spazzing out thing, but by that point, I think you had pretty much figured it out.
Yep, Discord went bye-bye to Task Manager for a bit. Welcome back to ASMR Keyboard Typing with Herb. On this episode, we type homework with
They didn't all fall over. Man, you really do have to mute yourself while typing that ferociously. That's literally all I can hear.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, I respect a mechanical keyboard. I really do. But there is a point where too much is too much.
I mean, this thing's a godsend because it's just like, my dad came out to me and said, hey, my keyboard's broken. Let me give it to you. And I thought, okay, this entire thing's broken. But no, it's just the space bar. And it was so easy to fix because it's such an old keyboard that all it is just springs. So all I had to do was pop them in the space bar, pop them in like a key I would never do, and then just switch the springs and we're running perfectly. The thing's also 15 years old, and I have like no issues with it.
So it's older than you? Man.
Well, actually, no, it's 16 years old. So, yeah, it is older than me still.
So I was about to say, you're not getting any younger there, buddy. All right.
It's been 3 long years, but I have finally reached the age of 15. Being a 14-year-old, high on hormones, was too much to handle.
Oh, let's see here. For the record, just in case you've never understood the absolute soul-crushing job it is trying to panel line these stupid Zaku pipes and stuff has never been fun, no matter what kit it is.
I see people like getting like perfect panel lining of those, and I'm like,
oh, it's not hard to do.
What God gave
you
the power. Yeah.
It's not hard to do. It's just annoying to do because there's so much it's just the little round bits and there's just a bunch of them. It's just annoying.
Oh my God. Okay. Can YouTube just like stop pushing the welcome to the live chat shit? And the YouTube chat's so annoying and I don't want to see it. I just want to see the empty chat. I should not sing these lyrics because they sound quite controversial. There's also the controversial fact of Ambassador getting a strike.
Why would I get a strike? Are you trying to get me content striked for no reason?
For a moment, I thought you were just gonna say, "Why would I get a master grade strike? I already have one."
That also is true, because I do actually have a master grade strike already. But that's not the question. In fact, I have 2 master grade strikes right now. 2.
I was presuming that, knowing you and your love for getting kits.
Technically, there's 3 because I have the main body of the Ale Strike, but that one is probably never actually going to get assembled because I just used it for the striker pack, and then mixed it with the one that came with the launcher and sword packs, and made myself a master grade perfect strike.
Got it.
And now I have the Strike Rouge with the Otori pack, so because it was on sale the other day at a place that I buy Gunpla from. There we go. So backpack goes on there. And this goes in here. And then rotates down, so that's going to end up there, which is fine.
It is something I should probably be ashamed of is the fact that I don't have 100% in my Judaics class. Because you know how sometimes you might get lucky with a teacher where they just, like, don't grade it. Wait, what? That's not good. Wait. Uh-oh. I opened this expecting to see a 98, but I have a 79. Shit.
Well, that's unfortunate.
That's not good at all. I submitted it, though.
Did you forget to put your name on it?
I'm gonna need to email him about this.
Well, if you're going to do that, mute yourself while typing.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Set in all the way, I believe so. Which gets that caught, which keeps those pipes in place. Fantastic. There we go. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Alright, now it's head building time, it looks like. And we'll give these a little bit of filing so that it can rotate without catching on anything.
Oh boy, I hope he responds soon. Shit.
I'm sure you'll be fine, man.
I think I will be because he's a pretty nice teacher. I guess it's the thing is, like I was saying before, I realized I just began to fail his class. Is he kind of just like he checks the assignments, like kind of make sure, because most of the time we do it in classes, we look at a tour portion, we talk about it in class, and we're supposed to do like an assignment, so we would submit it on Google Classroom.
Right.
But most of the time, a lot of people don't because they need to complete it. So he typically gives hundreds, and because once he submits like a doc on Google Classroom, he can't edit it.
Right.
I've begun like typically just not submitting stuff until right after class.
Ah.
So I'm wondering if it's because I forgot to, and so he has
You
not.
forgot to submit it?
He did look for it to be submitted, and if I'm right about this being the first task, I did have to do a redo, and I didn't submit it. So then I did have to change something that he asked. So that might be it. I don't know why would it be the only project grade. So that's what's confusing me. That is what is scaring me.
Maybe this is the only one he's checked.
So let's just see. I just realized I probably never would have realized this would sync if I was not on this call.
Well, there you go.
So unlike popular belief, my grade has been saved by being
You're welcome, I guess?
distracted by ambassador. You're supposed to say I still accept you.
Well, I would, except that you're still sounding like a robot, and I am very much against AIs.
And reconnect.
Did you reconnect, though? Doesn't sound like it. There we go.
This is getting annoying.
I mean, for one of us it is.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, no. I do want 3. I don't want the 4. I want the commander version with the antenna on the front.
Bruh, you actually like the commander version of Char Zaku?
I mean, isn't that like the only version?
Yeah, I was kind of like going off the fact that most people are like, oh, you like a non-canon version?
The hell is that noise supposed to be?
Don't ask me, please.
Fair enough. All right.
Who's man? And Richmond and give us some. Is every
All right. Set that aside for now. Let it dry. There's a lot of surface detail on these kits.
Yeah, the origin kits are really detailed. It's one note. Oh my god.
What's that?
Jesus. OneNote just decides sometimes, maybe no select how, maybe no select options. So I have to constantly close it because I can't select anything.
Ah,
It's quite annoying.
I can imagine it probably would be.
So it is. Wait.
Now, what may be a controversial statement about this is that I do actually like these colors better than the HG Revive that just came out a little while ago. I don't know. Those colors just look way too pink to me. I just can't get behind them. Where did that go? There we go. That's a bad joke, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Sometimes I feel like putting together the middle section of the Gundam is a waste of time. See, 'cause it's the waste part, and it's takes time and oh yeah, oh yeah, that's right, comedy gold. That's why you people come here for this amazing comedy gold.
Time to check YouTube chat to see if anyone's in there for the comedy gold.
That comedy gold was amazing, and I will hear no dissent.
I didn't hear it. I left. Sorry.
Nope, it's fine. My comedy genius will just go forever underrated, underappreciated.
On another note, I am going to go because if I stayed, I would be trying to deal with probably Wi-Fi cutting in and out and having to stir the soup for tonight every 10 minutes.
That's fine, and you need to deal with your homework. So go do
I
that
mean,
stuff.
not really. It's due in 2 days, so time for last minute work. Okay. See ya.
Have fun.
Have a fun night building.
I'ma try. Good old Wednesday night builds. All right. And here we go. Get some panel lining on the side skirts here with the pin instead of the ink, simply because those lines are pretty wide and the amount of ink I'd have to put into them to actually get them to look filled out might be detrimental to this raw plastic. So just gonna do it the oldie fashioned way. All right, so we got those. PC2. Mm-hmm. I like how these front skirts are already pre-separated, as opposed to being ball jointed together like you get on a lot of HG kits that you then have to cut apart. You don't have to, but most people do, so there's that. Set these aside for the moment. Well, before we do that, it's small details, but fun details nonetheless. Put that there for now. Go ahead and clean up the head, get that done while I'm waiting for these other parts to dry. Come on. There. There we go. Char Zaku with a head. into arming him up now. Because, you know, building the arm part. I'm just full of just great humor tonight. Those of you who are watching, this is prime time comedy tonight here on this fantastically funny Wednesday evening. All the best hits coming at you while we're working on this Char Zaku II. So I haven't really looked, but I don't. No, this one does look like it comes with all the weapons: the sniper rifle, the machine gun, all of that for Char. So it's basically just the regular Origin Zaku II C, just in a different color, which is fine. I enjoyed that kit build. It wasn't overly long, wasn't overly complicated. The build didn't overstay its welcome, and the end result was actually quite nice. Alrighty. Mm-hmm. No, that's right. These are asymmetric shoulders because you've got the shield on one side and the spike on the other. So I got to make sure as I'm building these that I'm keeping the right and left arms separate. And, you know, knocking over all my rudder stands at the same time. That's always good fun. Although this one over here wasn't exactly the most stable in the world to begin with. But that's fine. we go. Just color it in these parts just to give those accents some color. There we go. And that's the left arm. So I got to keep these arms straight. Alrighty. Just trying to make sure that I'm getting the right parts to build the arms, but it seems like from the elbow or the bicep down, they're essentially the exact same. So not really much in the way that can be screwed up there, I suppose. Except for maybe putting the parts on backwards, which I will endeavor not to do. And now that I've called it out, will probably then proceed to do so. but we'll see. And let's see here. And there we go. Get that file down. There we go. Give those time to dry while we work on cleaning up the upper arm section a little bit. Get the nubs off of there. Alright, just trying to make sure I'm putting this on the right way. But if I'm not, I'm at least gonna be consistent about it. Alright, and I'm still waiting for that panel lining to dry. Let's go off and get the skirting armor cleaned up and put that on. Not that there's really that much to clean up on this part, but you know. we go. There we go. Got some front skirting armor together for the waist. Fantastic. So now we can finish getting these arm parts together. And it's pretty obvious how these things go on since there's really mostly only one way they fit. There we go. There we go. Making sure those are all panel lined correctly before I even cut them off the runner. And we'll let that dry a little bit. Same goes for these pieces that go around the elbow. Let's see, because there's a lot of nice little detail here that I really want to call out. There you go. That'll work for now. We'll give that a bit of time to dry on its own while we work on other pieces here. Oh no. Oh well. Whatever. Sanding down ye olde pads. Alright, shoulder pads go like this. Right? Am I missing a piece here? I don't. I just think they're designed to be that way. All right, that makes more sense. And I'm guessing the reason they're designed to be that way is because the rest of that hollow space there is going to be covered up by the elbow rotor pieces that I've got over there drying. There we go. Alright, so it doesn't want us to put the shield on until later. Well, not that much later. By later, I meant apparently right now. there's not a lot that has to go into the shield. It's just a big blank thing. On the normal MS-06C, you actually end up putting, and you can on this one too because it's got the same accessories and everything, but you can put the extra ammo pods or whatever they are on there. All right, and then what goes on there is the PC1. There you go. Get a little bit of movement on the shield, but not a whole heck of a lot, which is fine. I mean, it's just a arm shield covering thing. It's not supposed to have a ton of movement on it, I'm supposing, which is perfectly all right. All right, let's start pulling off these, getting these situated. Big old spiky shoulder pads we're gonna have going on there. Yeah, there we go. That looks better, but now we got to clean it up and then it'll look even more betterer. That's right. Grammar. Meanwhile, I've got this sweet, sweet future retro wave, whatever you want to call it, soundtrack going on over here. Fun stuff. All right. All right. Just in case you're shoulder armor ever needs to come up really far, it definitely can. On the other hand, it can also collapse down very nicely onto the shoulder there. So, fun stuff there. Now, once we put some hands on, that's fine. There we go. Char with some arms. In fact, you could even go so far as to say he is Charms. Ah! Oh! Oh, man. Just killing it. Killing it with the comedy tonight. Oh, man. This is the quality you folks pay for. What, you know, with the money that you're paying to you know what? Never mind. We're just gonna presume that you have paid some amount of money that is allowing you to listen to my fantastic humor for the evening. At some point, there will be a quiz on how awesome my comedy is, and you guys will have to answer and let me know exactly how funny I am. The answer is exceedingly. So go ahead and write that down if you need to. I think this goes with the hollow part up. Yes, yes. we go. It's basically a Zeong at this point, right? Basically a Zeong. No legs. We'll just leave it like that. All right, guys, that's been a good stream. Yes, yeah, I'm lying. I'm not going to leave it like that. If I wanted to build a Zeong, I'd go build a Zeong. But you know what? I respect you guys too much for that. So we're not doing that. We're not going to just pretend that this is done. Nope. This mobile suit is going to have some legs. Presumably with feet attached. But let's not get crazy. Sure, just fall apart. While we're here, though, because there's so much good detail on these legs, and I don't want to have to deal with it in a little bit when I'm trying to put them together, I'm going to go ahead and panel line all of these leg parts on the runner. So that all I got to do is cut them out, shave them down, clean it up a little bit, and go on. I don't really care that much about that. Hello to whoever just joined. Welcome to my... Orb. I cannot hear you, man. You are not coming through. It says your mic's all lit up, but you ain't saying nothing. So I'm going to presume, since mine's been working this entire time, that it's you and not me that is having the problem.
Okay, this should work.
There you go. Now I can hear you. What's up, dude?
Just got back home. I think I walked like 20 kilometers today.
From classes or whatever?
Work. I get a bunch of stuff done, so I was running around the city.
Fair enough.
Yeah, got like a week to myself, so I'm making the most of it.
By putting together that Sinanju bust? Yeah.
I should have. My initial thought was I'll be back by afternoon, then I'll start working. But it snowed the other day, so everything else is slower than usual.
Of course.
I was supposed to come back by around 2 o'clock, and that's about 6 now.
Yep, it is not 2 o'clock, that's for sure. Ooh. I absolutely love the amount of surface detail they put on these Origin Zaku's.
I started one of those.
Hmm?
Started on the Origin Zaku.
Yeah. I've already done one before, but this is the... I did a, like, random box of Gunpla order thing a while back, and what I got sent was essentially an entire box of Char stuff. So I got the SD Char Zaku II. I got this one. A couple other things that were sort of Char related.
Not bad.
Yeah, I mean it's better than getting stuff that's like, full frontal related, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know. I got nothing against full frontal, but he is not my favorite version of Char.
From all the ones I've seen, I think I enjoyed the wing version a lot more.
Oh, Zex. Or not Zex, but yeah, it was Zex, wasn't it?
Yeah, kind of. Like, it was weird because Trey's was more along the lines of what Char's ideology was. Then Zex was the one with the mask and all that.
Yeah. Though technically, as far as I am aware, uh, Trey's was actually the better pilot at one point, but retired from piloting or something. I don't know, man. Wing's storyline when it came to Zex and Trey's was kind of dumb. Like, they were both kind of doing the same, like, they both filled the same narrative niche.
Yeah. And then they tried to give the same plot line to Buffet as well.
Yeah. Oh, well. Though, in fairness, the best one, the best Char clone, is the Char clone from Double O. Because nobody remembers who it is.
Yeah, I was like, which one?
Mr. Bushido, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause when you said that, the first thing I thought was that Middle Eastern dude who, had like ties to Setsuna. I'm like, I guess that's a job theory, but I don't know. I
Oh,
completely forgot
the,
about Bushido.
whatever, Ashad al-Hazari or whatever the heck his name was.
Mm-hmm.
No, but yeah, you don't. It's one of the weird ones where you don't actually get your
Yeah, I have
Char
no
clone
memory of the
until like
dude.
season 2, and nobody even thinks that that's who it is. But I'm like, he's an ace pilot in a mobile suit that's really fast, wearing a half mask. He's totally the Char clone, except he has no reason to exist via the like in the plot. Like he just shouldn't be there.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
so
like
weird.
his entire existence was like, he shows up, fights, then disappears.
Yeah, like he gets beaten early on, and that's like his entire reason for coming back is because he got humiliated by the Gundams, and he's like, I have to beat them, and then he still never does, and then just kind of goes away, and it's like, okay, whatever. That guy's completely pointless, but sure.
I think the most I can recall about him was he showed up at the end of season one, fought Satsuna into a draw, and both the Gundams got destroyed in it.
I
Or
don't even think
whatever
he does.
version of his
Like, I
it
don't even
was,
think he
or
does
his
that
suit
much,
was.
does he?
I don't know. All I remember is at the end of season one, Exia fights the big main bad guy, wins, and then someone just shows up. They fight some more, and they just end up taking each other out.
Yeah, that might be him because Patrick Colasar always gets taken out pretty early, so it wouldn't have been him.
Mm. Patrick was a lot more fun to watch than anyone else.
Well, yeah, because he was the comedy relief character, which is, But yeah, I mean, there was never
Even then,
really a narrative reason for the Mr. Bushido character to keep showing up. It's like, man, this guy can just not exist, and it wouldn't change anything in the entirety of the
Exactly.
plot.
Yeah, it'll play out the exact same way.
Like he might as well just not be there. It's just a distraction from, like, all of the other stuff they were doing with the innovades and all that crap. Although I do feel kind of bad because I actually really liked the Throne Meisters. I thought they were kind of cool, even if they were crazy. And the fact that they killed off like 2 of them in the first season real quick, it was kind of disappointing.
I thought they were going to be like the big antithesis, like they're going to be like the final fight or something.
Right.
Like, they're doing kind of the same thing, but in a more violent way.
Yeah. Like I actually really liked what they were doing, and their mobile suits were really, really cool looking. And of course, like, we've only ever gotten like some crappy-ish high grades of those suits, so whatever. I don't even think they gave them the no grade 100 treatment like they did with the other main suits. But they had that cool thing where they could all link up for the one like giant cannon shot or whatever.
Yeah.
So I would have loved to have seen, like, you can actually do that with the high grades apparently, but like everything else about those high grades is kind of meh. And I've honestly never even seen all of them for sale together. Like, not that, I'm looking for like a pack of them all 3 in one box or something like that, but like I've just never seen them all in stock in the same place together.
Mm.
But then again, Double O had a whole lot of really kind of pointless characters in it, which was like,
Yeah.
like
All
for
the things
instance,
that happened, I
yeah,
think the Patrick storyline was most like when he got married. I was like, oh, this is genuine emotion
yeah,
on the
like that,
Double O show.
like that was fine. But then you had like the guy who ends up piloting the riser for most of the show, and like his
Oh
girlfriend who
yeah,
went
that idiot.
crazy, and it's like, okay, both of them can just not, like, you could just have an AI piloting the riser and nothing changes. Like, this entire little subplot is stupid and shouldn't be here.
Yeah. And I guess kind of saw what they're trying to do with it, but at the same time, season 2 was so stuffed. We didn't need another storyline in it. There were like
Right.
6 or 7 stories going on at the same time.
Like, it was fine when they were in the first season because it was like showing the effects of what was going on in the wars and stuff on like normal people. And then in
Yeah.
season 2, it's just like, oh, and now by the way, this guy's piloting the O Riser, and this chick is crazy
They tried
and is
the
trying
Paul
to
tried
kill
to pull a
everybody.
war in the pocket type of scenario.
Yeah,
Both of them ended up on different sides.
yeah, and it just didn't seem to really fit. Is the problem? Like, it was like, okay, I see what you're trying to do here, kinda, but at the same time, like, you're just not. It just isn't clicking.
Yeah.
All right. And then this just goes on like that. All right.
Oh yeah. Didn't season 2 also ruin that whole thing? Like their entire motive?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, because I remember her whole hatred towards the thing came into place because her body got exposed to GN drives or something, so they can't do regenerative surgery on her hand. So effectively, that hand's lost.
Yeah.
That was a huge thing because she wanted the rings and all that. But then again, at the like halfway through season 2, she gets exposed to something again, and she's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, the hand's recovering now because we got the good GN drives."
Right. Because that was the whole, like, because that was the thrones that like attacked the wedding that she was at and
Yeah,
exposed her to a bunch of stuff, and she lost her
even,
arm, and
even
it's
that was yeah, even that was so bizarre. It's like, oh, they're flying. You know what? Fuck them and fuck this wedding in particular. That
right.
came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's like I said, there was a lot of stuff in, like, I like the thrones, but like it did seem like they were setting them up to be the ultimate bad guy just because they were insane, and then they just
Mhm.
all get like punk killed by the Arabian guy, like the
Mhm.
terrorist dude, and it's like, oh, okay, so I guess they're not the bad guys? Like, and then they like tried to make them all sympathetic by like having the leader, like that one leader guy that they had, the older one, be like, "No, we should all actually work together and we'll stop being so violent." And then they all just like go out and kill that wedding party, and you're like, "What?"
Okay.
I mean, there's a
I
lot
felt
of stuff in Double O that makes very little sense
mm,
from a narrative standpoint, anyways.
it's like they wanted to quickly set up the villain thing. So
Yeah,
they did the thing what most villains do, which is like kill a dog or something. So
right,
the audience knows for sure they're the bad guys.
right.
Subtlety, nah, kill the dog. It was that kind of a moment for me.
Yeah, but then they end up not actually being the bad guys too, so it's like, okay, what are we even trying to do with these characters now, right? And then they all just get killed off.
Mm,
Ugh. And then like the other thing that really irritated me was like, and this is just me being a big fan of Lock On, but like they killed off Lock On in the first season, and then like
Yep.
brought in his brother in the second season, who then proceeded to do nothing except kind of whine about stuff for a while, and I'm like, what? Like, I don't know. It as much as I like the show, it was probably one of the most unfocused narratives I've ever seen.
Yeah. I feel like the reason why that happened was they wanted to get in the brother and have like a weird passing of torch thing going on, but then everyone freaked out when they actually killed the big one, like the actual lockout.
Yeah,
So it felt like, oh, they replaced, they wanted to get rid of that character because, he's that competent and we can't have someone that competent in the show. Otherwise, drama won't happen.
right.
Yeah. So what I felt was, it's going to be one of those things that the younger brother will come in and he's like complete antithesis to him, and he's
Right.
going to go into his shoes. But he's the exact same. He sounds the exact same. He looks the part, and he also picks up the sniper thing in like, what, like 3 episodes?
Yeah, like it's like super fast, and he's just like, oh, I guess I'm just gonna
Oh, I'm
like,
good now.
yeah,
Yeah.
like he's piloting the whatever they rebuilt the dynamics into
So
the
it
second one.
felt like they killed off Lock On and then realized, oh shit, we killed off Lock On. So they got like they loaded the old save file.
Yeah, they killed off Lock On and then went, oh crap, people actually really like that character. Maybe we shouldn't have
Yeah.
done that.
Yeah.
Uh, Cause like it, like every character has like a major arc in the second season. You know, with like, Hallelujah doing his thing with what's her name, and Tyria like coming to terms with the fact that all of his Innovate brothers or whatever are crazy. But
Mm.
like that guy just really doesn't. He just is sort of there, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I guess he's just here. Like he's got his whole thing where like there's a few episodes where they kind of hint that maybe he's not actually like with them and he's working for somebody else and he might betray
Yeah.
them. But then like they kind of shut that down really fast, so it's like, okay, I mean, you should have just kept Lock On. Like he was a cooler guy. Like whatever. Also the uh I don't remember the name of it, but the second Dynamis basically that he pilots, I just don't like it
Mhm.
nearly as much as the first one.
That's a common complaint I hear. Like everyone likes the season one designs, the season two is a very hit or miss kind of situation. Like people
Yeah,
like the double O. Everything else is kind of a toss up.
yeah. Like the Harut I like. I think that's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
The second Kyrios design.
Mm.
Like I liked that one, but the Dynamis one just really didn't do anything for me. And the whatever the Virtue got remade into just
Serovi.
yeah,
Yeah.
didn't seem different enough for it to matter.
But it has a backpack that's also a mini Gundam.
I mean, that is kind of cool, but now I'm just waiting for them to announce that being like, the next MGEX just to piss people off.
Oh boy.
MGEX Cerevi with tiny Gundam on the back. That's the EX part, is that you get an extra Gundam.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm just killing it with the humor tonight. I honestly, though, would not be surprised if they did try to do an MGEX, and that was uh, the Seraphim. Just because of the way that inner frame is, feels like it's going to be hard for them to pull off without it being either terrible or really expensive to make.
I'm still not sure what the MGEX line is supposed to be. Is it like a thing that's going to like focus on that one gimmick and then put all the money in that one gimmick, or
That's
is
the
it one of those
idea.
things that it's like it's like the unicorn where there's popular suits, but nobody's happy with the current lineup, so we're going to make like the be all end all version of it.
So the announced plans for it were like if you read the press releases and everything, the
Hmm.
idea is that it's going to be um, mobile suits that have an extreme quote unquote gimmick, and that's what it's like. They're gonna just make sure that the engineering for that one gimmick is like as good as it can be. So that's why they did the you've got the like the fully clear frame that's with the LED strips and everything because lighting up is the big gimmick.
Mm.
So I mean, if they want to push that and they're like trying to just make do something basically to see if the uh, like if the light up gimmick was a thing that could work with the LEDs and everything, I could see them then saying like the next MGEX would be something like the G-Self because it's got all the parts that light up and
Everyone is counting on that simply because of this. However, the way I see it, it's more on the lines of they're going to be investing a lot of, like, from a production standpoint, of course, they're pouring in a lot of their resources and money into this. So
yeah,
they have to make sure whatever they make sells.
yeah, and I like the G-Self will probably sell some, but not nearly as good as the Unicorn.
Yeah, I don't know how many G-Self fans there are.
I mean, there's enough that it won the like the what do you want the next Verka to be
Yeah,
poll
but
that they
then
put
again,
out,
that's
but
like a online internet poll.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's like gauging the validity of that without doing actual analytics is difficult.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not in any way under the impression that there's actually going to be an MG G self that
Hmm.
comes out. Like I would be shocked if there was. I'd buy it because
Yeah.
I actually like the design, but only if it's the G self perfect pack.
Hmm.
Like I don't want the assault pack or any of that other crap. Like I want the perfect pack because that thing is badass.
Yeah. I think many of the people are in the same camp as you. They're willing to buy it if it ever becomes a thing, but it's not something that they actively want.
Right. Like I mean, there are probably some people out there who are like, I would, I'd sell my firstborn for, a G Self master grade or something. But at the same time, like, that's not what's
Will
paying
you
the
though?
bills.
Yeah.
RX-78s and unicorns are paying the bills. Like, that's pretty clear
Mm.
based on how many of them they make.
Yeah. That's the whole thing with the G-Self as well, because it has the face shifting gimmick.
Yep.
So there is ways of doing it. It will be very experimental, of course. So everything about the design is going to be a very experimental build. And I
Yeah.
don't think Bandai is confident enough to be like, okay, we'll make this and release this because people are interested.
Well,
It's
that's
such a
why I think
gimmicky suit.
that it's a good candidate for the MGEX because they've already announced that those things are going to be like pretty rare when they come out.
Yeah,
So I could see them
it's
being
not
like,
going
yeah,
to be
this
like
is
a
going to
high
be
resolution type of thing.
yeah, like I could easily see them being like, yeah, we're gonna like the next one, next MGEX is gonna be the G Self, but it's gonna be 2 years from now before we release it, so that we get the engineering right or whatever, and like then
Mm.
just really hype it up a lot. Like I could see that being a thing.
Mm, I'm low-key thinking they might do Zeta next because it's popular as all hell, and people are not happy with the current lineup. Like, for me personally speaking, I'm fine with the RG. I know the PG is perfectly fine as well because a friend of mine is building it. MG, I mean, it has a 2.0, so there's that. So it's in a similar camp as the Unicorn, where there is a lineup. It's fairly fine, but people are not happy with it.
Yeah, that one's tricky though because there have been so. Oh, okay, I guess the same thing can be said for the unicorns, but
Yeah,
like,
like it's kind of in the same camp as the unicorn, so to speak, like without all the releases, but if you take into account all the variants and all that.
I guess the problem I would have with them saying it's the Zeta is
Mhm.
because it feels like the Zeta is what's the word I'm looking for? Like, what would be extreme about the Zeta is the question.
Transformation.
Yeah, don't. I don't know. That
You
feels like
have
a
to admit,
stretch.
regardless of how many things, how many kits you have, nobody, like the general consensus has never been, oh, the Zeta transformation is fun or it's easy. Has always been it's bad or don't even bother with it.
Well, yeah, that's because the when your base idea is flawed,
Yeah.
then like the outcome's going to be flawed. Like the in-universe transformation of the Zeta doesn't work even in the show. Like there's no way that that mobile suit turns into that form with any sort of reliability without a bunch of parts flying off and coming back together, which is why most of the suits that end up doing that are not solid or stable. And you can argue all day, well, it's because Bandai doesn't know how to make transforming kits, and I'm gonna call bullshit on that because they made the Valkyrie kits, and those things transform beautifully.
Could be, but even in the show, there's like a very specific way of doing it, and the PG follows that to a T. Like the PG has the most anime accurate transformation.
Yeah, and
The
even
RG
then,
does
like,
some bullshit, but then again, it's B frame, so they had to kind of
yeah,
help the process along and all that.
yeah, I don't know. I also don't understand the purpose of the transformation on the Zeta, even in universe, because it's
Oh.
supposedly a space use mobile suit. So having a different form to fly around in doesn't help it at all.
Uh, it's not the only reason it does. It's basically to go in and out of atmosphere at any given time. Plus, the Wave Rider one is basically a transportation mode. Like it focuses all its energy into transportation rather than the MS mode.
I guess I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
I
It
just
kind of
never
makes sense as
really
to what
cared.
they were going for. Like they are in universe things, but it's all like, yeah, okay.
I just never got into it. It was never a like I never
Mm,
looked at it and went, "That's a cool transformation." Like it was always just kind of like, eh.
yeah, fair enough.
Can I rotate that? Yeah, I can rotate that all the way around if I need to. I don't think the positioning of these matters all that much, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm pretty sure this kit's legs are symmetrical, so I don't think it matters which side they're on.
I haven't built the kit, so I can't really say that for certain.
Yeah,
Like
I've built
among
one. I
all
just
the
don't remember.
Zakus, like among all the Zakus, I think I've just built the new one that came out, the high grade.
Well, that's what the origin one or the revive.
The revive basically.
Ah,
They don't call it a revive, but it essentially is a revive.
yeah. I mean the this I've done the origin one before, so this is like technically
Mhm.
the second origin uh Zaku I've done, but this is the
Mhm.
Char one, and the other one I did was just the normal command one.
Mm,
So
mm,
I mean, and
s-
they're actually really nice, and I actually prefer the colors of this version other than the over the Char Revive one because that one just looks way too bubblegum pink to me.
it's supposed to be that way. But in the
I get
show, it
it.
is.
It's just not. It's just not a color I ever enjoyed.
Yeah, fair.
It's one of those
For
things
me,
where it's like, yeah, I get it. It's anime accurate, and it looks like they ran out of budget for it halfway through the anime, so they just
mm,
kind of like
I know
used
exactly
cheap
why
ink.
they. Yeah, I know exactly why those colors are so wacky, especially in all of 0079.
Yeah.
So usually you have to buy your colors, of course, before the whole digital time. You have to
Yep.
buy colors and all that. So they were given a set budget, And that budget was about one third the budget of all their other shows. So
Yep.
they didn't really have very many options. So what they did was they went from all the offshoot colors just to make sure that they can find it for cheaper. That's why you have the Char salmon pink, and you have the Gundam with its like very weird olive green aesthetic and the off whites and all that.
Yeah.
A good chunk of the designs are the way they are simply because they wanted to save money on those colors.
Yeah. Which is always just kind of weird when you think about it, because you look at it and you're like, I know that that thing is supposed to be white. I know it
Mhm.
is, but it's not.
Yeah, I find it charming, you know. It has become part of the design for me now.
Well, that's and it's funny to me because a lot of people complained about it, but the G40 actually does have a green tint.
Hmm.
So like to the plastic, it's really hard to tell, but it
Hmm.
is actually tinted green.
Hmm.
And I saw some people complaining about it because they're like, "Well, that makes it impossible to paint because you have to match up the green and everything." And I'm like, "Yeah, deal with it."
Just follow the guide. They give you a color guide for a reason.
Yeah, but you know, people don't want to do that, man. People want to do what they want to do. They want to do their
Mhm.
own thing.
You can always just, repaint the whole thing to whatever colors you like.
Exactly. All
I have one sitting in my backlog, but I have no intention of building it.
right.
I had it ordered when everyone saw the design and hated it. I was like, oh, this looks cool. I'll get it. So I pre-ordered it, and 6 months go by, and it doesn't show up because there was a huge shortage, and
Right.
I didn't make the cut. So that whole thing happens. Reviews come out. I look at it as like it's an articulation machine.
I
I'm
mean,
in the
that's
staunch camp of I don't really care about that stuff. I like the design stuff. And every time you move something, it has like it's the general aesthetic is very toyish.
yep.
Yeah, so I saw that in the review. I'm like, oh no, I was so interested in this, and I completely lost interest after that. And then it showed up at my doorstep. So it's just been sitting in the box. And I'm like, you know what? It's a 40th edition thing. I could just have it be like a, collector's thing and never built it. Never build it. So that's what I did.
Fair enough.
Mm.
Yeah, I actually really like the aesthetics of it. But like as I've been, a lot of people have asked, what's it like? Is it a good kit? And I'm like, yeah, but it's not. Like if you're building it because you want a Gundam kit, like don't build it for that because it's not a Gundam. It's like it's not even like that's not even what it's supposed to be. So there's no reason like just don't do it for that. Get it because you want something that like is going to be hyper posable and everything. And there's just
Yeah.
like it just feels like there's a lot of people who got it and were disappointed, and I'm like, did you not see what the marketing and like how they were trying to sell it? Like it's exactly what it was sold as. I don't know why people were upset when they got it. Like you saw the pictures, you saw the marketing behind it. It was not. But that happens way too often that people get upset about. Well, this isn't what I wanted, and I'm like, yeah, but that's not what it
Mm.
was ever supposed to be. So don't judge it based on what you want. Judge it based on what it is. But nope, people just got to get too emotionally wrapped up in what they want something to be that they then tank on it because it's not what they not what they wanted, despite the fact that it was never sold as what they were asking for.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, it's the same way as like the people who are out there like complaining about the new RX-78 perfect grade. Like, dude,
Yeah.
this thing's amazing for what
Complaining
it
about
is.
it?
Just because it's not exactly what you wanted, like they didn't come to your house and like ask you directly. Like,
What are they complaining about anyway?
man, some people are just random shit. like it's really even hard to like pin down exactly what people's complaints are, because it's the kind of complaints that as soon as somebody like points out, like, that's either not, like if they point out a valid counterpoint to the complaint, then immediately the complaint changes, because there's not really a
Mhm.
complaint, it's just people want to complain about it.
My
And
only
I
complaint
honestly
was
think,
they
huh?
announced that after the EX. I'm like, bitch, I just put down the money for this. What do you think? I'm made out of gold?
And honestly, I think that, and this is, don't take this as a like dunk on you or anything, but I think that's the number one complaint, is that it's expensive. And it's like, I get it. Like, you don't want to, like,
Mm,
a lot of the really cool things that are coming out are expensive these days.
yeah,
But, I mean, do you think you're going to get these really cool things for, like, no
no, but
money?
compared to all the other hobbies, I think Gunpla is like stupidly cheap.
Yeah, like, okay, even in the model building realm, you look at
Yeah.
something like Warhammer, or,
Uh,
like,
Warhammer is a sinkhole.
yeah.
So
And, like,
I'm not too worried about that. I'm just like, if I had known this would be this awesome, I would have probably gotten the other thing. Not that I regret buying the MG, because I'm one of the few who still likes the unicorn, regardless of what the community thinks about it. Like I just like the unicorn a lot.
I mean, most of the
But
complaints I've heard about the unicorn aren't with the unicorn itself, but mostly the sheer amount of unicorn, like,
I get it,
releases
but
there are.
imagine
It's
being in my shoes where you have so many options. So like you
right.
like a design and there is literally one in every grade. Like how cool is that?
It's
How
not
many
even
times
one
does
in
that
every grade, man. You've got like six in every
multiple? Yeah.
grade.
You're like
Like,
you're like a child in a candy shop, Go wild.
yeah, but like that's the main problem everybody else has with it, is like,
Mm.
yeah, gee, you know, I guess this whole unicorn thing is pretty cool, but can
Yeah, I
we
think
get
they're burned
something
out
that's
on it.
not a unicorn for once?
Yeah. So when that happened, I'm like, I could have gotten it, but yeah, fuck it. I have the MG anyway. I'll get the PG down the line.
Yeah.
I
I
really hope it's
have
not like a
both.
limited run thing, because that RX-78 looks really nice.
Right? Like, I was
Yeah,
kind
like
of on the fence about it to start with, because I was like, man, I don't know if I. Like, I'm not a
yeah, like
huge fan of the RX-78, like, design overall. Like, I just don't. Like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's classic and whatever. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but, like, it's not anywhere near close to being my, favorite design. But then when
oh
they
yeah,
started showing all the gimmicks and stuff, I'm like, all right, take my money. You got it. You
yeah.
got me. The engineering on that thing is just bonkers good. So, here.
Uh, I'm in the same camp. I respect the design more than I like it.
Yep.
Yeah, like I feel like things that were derived off of this are much better now.
Oh, yeah.
But still, it's an RX-78. If you're in this hobby, chances are you will end up with a Unicorn, a Zaku, and an RX-78 even without trying.
Oh, yeah, because at some point you're going to do like a Secret Santa, and
Mm,
you're going to wake up one day and there'll be a box on your front doorstep and somebody sent you, whatever.
hmm
Although
Uh,
I gotta not do Secret Santa stuff, because I end up buying things for Secret Santa that I don't have. And now I'm
mhm.
sitting here going, man, I kind of want to buy this thing that I got for this other person and keep one for myself.
Oh no. Yeah, I've done my shopping as well. So I'm in like a weird predicament where it's difficult. It's kind of hard to explain as well, but point is the TLDR version of it is there's way too much freedom for it. So I just took the plunge, saw through their collection, and then got something that I know they will enjoy making.
Well,
Problem
that's
is I it's like uh, how do I do this? Do I just go with this, or do I just throw in something else to go along with it? Like, do I just give them the one item, or do I give them something else to go with it?
right. Well, like
Mm-hmm.
that was my thing too, is like looking at the person I had and what they like had already posted that they built and what they like. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, man, the stuff you said you wanted, you've already got. What am I supposed to do with this?
Wait, what?
Like it's either that or like go and look up some kit that was released 20 friggin' years ago that cost $800 on eBay. Like
Mm.
there's not a lot of options there for that. So uh, I mean, I came up with a good compromise, I think, but it was still one of those things where I'm looking at it and it's like, oh, they want that sort of stuff. Okay, well, that's not a thing you can get easily. They're not making new ones. And I guess there was like some stuff that was all that had been announced, but like we said no pre-orders, which is fine. Like I agree with that, but like the only thing in that line was like supposed to come out in like December or January, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to cut it that close.
Yeah, we did think about it. We're like, do we do pre-orders, but only till November? But it's a bit too risky, you know. Like
Yeah, I mean
if
the
they got stiffed on pre-orders and such, they're as well basically.
yeah, I mean there's so many things that are getting delayed and pushed back and all. You can't rely on it.
Yep.
I mean, I'm still waiting for my uh, Gridman kit to be released, and that was supposed to have been out 2 months ago, and it keeps getting pushed back. So,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
that's coming from Ami Ami, so and they're
Oh,
pretty on the
I
ball
will
with
at least
that.
Tamiya, you know for a fact you'll at least get it.
What's that?
With Ami Ami, at least I'm like confident that even if there's pre-order issues and such, Ami Ami will have you covered. Like they won't do the bullshit thing of, oh, we'll wait 4 months and see. Like they're not gonna do that.
Yep,
Like you will immediately know when the next shipment is and when you can expect it to show up.
yep. That's why I felt confident pre-ordering uh, both the Gridman kit and the MP52 Starscream figure from them.
Mm. For me, I'm thinking I have a small order from Ami Ami coming in, and the shipping is actually very decent. Like I didn't expect it to be this low.
Hmm.
So do I just say it's fine, I'll just get it, or do I risk it and then add one more kit?
I
Because
don't
you
even
know
know what
how,
their shipping rates are like. I mean, they ship with DHL, right?
yeah.
Okay,
So
so
the weird thing
shipping
that
won't.
happened with my thing was I ordered and placed it for EMS,
Ah,
and they just upgraded it to DHL, and the message that I got was, we have shifted it to the DHL shipping because it was cheaper than EMS.
well, yeah, because
However, if
the with the EMS being shut down and everything, it was kind of a
Mm,
like if you don't do it through DHL, you're just never gonna get it. It seems like
yeah.
that's why I still haven't gotten my RG perfectibility from Side Seven is because they're waiting for EMS to come back.
Oh wait, what? Really?
Yeah.
Huh?
Well,
Because
that and
I
he's
have
got like he's doing like the whole like getting a new warehouse and everything.
think he already did. I was talking to him the other day, and seems to have moved in, and also got some like contract workers to help him out with the packing and everything.
Okay, well maybe I need to contact him again because I placed this order right after they did the Gundam Expo on P Bandai, where they had
Hmm.
had it up and it sold out immediately.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
I
I
did
sent
the
an
exact
order
same
in
thing.
through Side Seven. I got order confirmation. I tried to contact him a couple weeks ago to see if I could have it have the have
Mhm.
just have him ship it to Crow and have Crow ship it to me, but he never responded to my email.
Oh yeah, he was moving. Yeah, even I did like 2 weeks back or something. I just got a response like this week.
Ah, well maybe I'll give it a
Not,
little bit of time and try again. But
not like he's just sifting through all the emails, or maybe that's why. I know his services are usually reliable, so it's not like there's no issue with am I getting screwed over because of this? That's not gonna happen. But yeah, the delays are because of this. The
yeah,
EMS thing
I'm
might
not
be a bit
overly
hurt.
worried about it. I just figured it would be like with all the shipping problems and everything because he did send out a message saying that he was gonna not be shipping until EMS was back up. And I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, well maybe I can contact him and see if he'll do, just ship this to Crow, and then I can get Crow to ship it to me, and then save us all a little bit of time and money. But he never
Mm.
responded, so I was like, oh, okay, I guess not. Whatever.
Oh, well, I'll have to see because I have So I have a perfectibility coming in from him as well. And yeah, if that's the case, that might. Fuck.
I mean, if you can
Well,
get in contact with him, like, go for it. Because I have had no luck emailing him about it.
dude, my last email to him was on November 5th. When was that? That was like last week. Yep, November 5th.
Oh yeah, I mean, I emailed him right at the beginning of November,
Mhm.
or like right at the end of October. It was one or the two, and haven't heard anything. I was like 2 weeks ago now, maybe.
Mm,
Because yeah, like I said, I was just gonna try and see if I could get him to just ship it to Crow, and then you
mm.
know,
I'm
because
hoping that this expo thing happens sooner, because I have my eye on this Beyond Global kit. It's basically Beyond Global but G3 colors.
oh yeah, the yeah.
Yeah. So if Site 7 gets it, I'm just gonna ask him to get me one and then have it shipped in the same box.
Is that the is that a Gundam base exclusive?
No, it's an event exclusive.
Oh okay,
Yeah, I know he gets some event stuff, like it's very limited stock because they give you like a number as to how many you can buy of the event.
right.
Yeah, I've been bugging Crow about it, but he says he's not going to the event, so he can't get me one.
Uh
Which is fair enough. It will eventually show up on Mandrake, but they will be scalping prices.
oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not looking forward to that.
Well, that's why I haven't tried to get the perfectibility off of anywhere else yet, because I know for a fact that if I try and do that, it's going to be just super expensive.
Yeah, plus it's the RG, so it's the fan favorite.
Yep.
Mm.
I mean, I already paid 125 for mine through Side 7, so
Mm-hmm.
hopefully he'll get back to me. I
You
don't
paid
know.
25. Oh yeah, I had a discount code. Never mind.
All right.
It was I think with shipping I paid about 95 for mine.
Yeah, it's not too
Yeah.
much worse. Like shipping and everything, it was 125 for the order I put in.
Oh, yeah, like mine was with shipping it was 95, but I think I had uh like an old code that I haven't used. So I tried it and it worked, so there's that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh,
All right.
it
Why is
keeps
that
doing
not
like
clipping in?
anniversary sales and such. So I remember he did like a 1 year anniversary of his store way back when. So he had like a 50% off coupon.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I ended up getting the MG perfectibility and a bunch of other stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. And I was feeling good about it. I was like, okay, it's an expensive purchase, but you know, I got it for damn cheap. There's no way I would have gotten it any cheaper than this, which is still holds true, even with the unpopularity of it and it being on sale everywhere. It is still more expensive than what I got it for.
Oh, the MG one?
Yeah,
Well, yeah, because it's still like a big kid, and people can say that it's not popular, but they'll still pay a ton of money for it, so whatever.
that's the exclusivity of it, I think. Because
Yeah.
otherwise, I don't see why people would like it.
I mean,
So,
everything I've heard about uh, the MG, uh, just in general, has been fairly on the negative side.
yeah, I'm not too worried about it because I don't mess around with my kids a lot. Plus, I have like a soft spot for the original MG mold.
Fair enough.
So yeah, so it was fine with me. I think when I
All
ordered
right.
that, yeah, so I was like very happy with that. But I was like, okay, I paid a bunch of money, but it's fine.
Hmm.
And then Forge comes in and makes the biggest flex, which is like, oh yeah, I saw the PG Fenix on sale, and it was 50% off, so I got it.
I mean, 50% off means it's only 250 instead of 500, so
I think he paid like 275, something like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like the Phoenix. The gold just seems
Yeah.
excessively ostentatious is the best way of putting it.
It's like with the unicorn and banshee, they have this yin yang thing going on for it, and they complement each other very well. And then the phoenix just shows up.
Right. The
And
Phoenix
it's
is
like,
just like, oh,
oh,
okay,
gold.
so we're just gonna be ugly now. Gotcha.
But it's a little too much for me.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. Now it's time to take this thing apart and put some stickers on it.
Oh boy. Okay, then I'm gonna do the marking stickers.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those high grade stickers just don't like to stay.
Yeah, but these are actually pretty decent. Like the ones that I've done for most of the origin kits have all been pretty well done. So
So the question is, do I say screw it and actually unbox the Sinanju bust and start working on it? Or do I be a good boy, clean my dishes and then go to sleep early and then start working on it tomorrow?
man, I'm not gonna lie to you. That
Mhm,
second option, where you clean dishes and go to bed early,
mhm.
that sounds real lame. But it also sounds responsible.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Like, on one hand, you have disposable income to get all the cool shit. On the other hand, you have to make sure you clean the dishes before you go to bed.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Oh, I see how that goes. All right, so that goes on there like that. There we go. Actually fit on there really well. Very nice.
Yeah, by the way, your stream might not get anything going for it because YouTube is having like a worldwide outage issue.
YouTube is?
Yep.
That's kind of funny, actually.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
had
care.
your stream up, so I know for a fact that it's there only because I had it up before the issue began. So if I do anything to this, it will go away. Like I can't play anything on YouTube right now.
Wow, that's pretty intense, man. Usually YouTube doesn't have those kinds of problems, but
Yeah, like it's not just live streams and such, even your regular videos and such, they're not playing.
huh. Oh well. I mean, I don't care. It's not like I'm doing this for money or anything. It's just
I don't know, it kind of sucks that you're streaming something and there's all of this.
eh, I don't care.
Oh no, man,
Maybe
I
by
spoke.
the maybe by the time I'm done putting all these stickers on, they'll be back up.
No, no, I think it's already back.
Ah,
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, there you go.
there we go then.
Nice.
I mean, it's Google. I figured it
Yeah,
wouldn't be out for long.
also fair. Did you? There's going to be like a expo announcement thingy in like an hour or so from now.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna wrap this up here in a bit when I get these stickers on and either watch that
Uh, I'm not sure. And
or
I was
just waiting for people to
implying
fucking
something along
argue.
the lines of, is your wallet prepared for that?
Uh, I don't care about that. What I
Because
care
these
about is the fact that
weird stuff.
and here this is exactly what's going to happen is the number of people who are going to be arguing about shit on Crow's server after it happens.
Mm, maybe. Okay.
I mean, you could say that, you could say maybe, but like, I mean, look at the argument that went down. I don't know if you were online when it was going on, but the whole like remake versus remaster bullshit and the amount of arguing there's been about the G Gundam, the Z Gundam or whatever it is, the XI one.
Let's see.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, guys, calm down.
I don't even understand the. Okay, I get what most people are skeptical about, especially because the leaks are a little iffy. Completely fair, okay?
Yeah.
But then, regardless of how much you complain or talk about it, there's no way you're going to get an answer before the events happens.
Yep.
Then what's the point?
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping that people won't do because there's always Man, like I like the people in Crow's server, but there are a couple of them that it just feels like they argue literally for the sake of arguing.
Yeah, I share your sentiment.
And it's like, all right, dudes, like just relax. All right, we'll get that A12 on there. I don't even know what the A12 means. Is that Char's call sign or something? I haven't watched the origin, so I don't know
Yeah,
like
it's like
if
a
that's a thing.
suit designation thing.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's it. I'm low-key thinking I can either do like with the Ami order. I'm thinking I can either do RG GPO1, the Francis, or get the high grade turn.
Why would you want the high grade turn? Like the high grade turn A actually is like if you've ever like I don't know, unless it's a matter of you don't want to shell out the money for the master grade, there's really no reason to get the high grade turn A.
I have the master grade. I have the SD which I built yesterday.
So
So
yeah, then I mean, and that's just me. I'd pass on it. I'd be like, no.
yeah, like it's completely a vanity thing. I was like, well, I have the other two grades, so might as well. That's my thought process behind it. Not gonna lie.
Fair enough, I guess. I mean, it's just, yeah, like I don't know. My thing is if there's a better version of the thing you want, why get the worst version?
Hmm.
All
I agree. I'll buy another master grade.
right.
The SD is such a stupid thing. I love it.
Now the SD I can understand because the SD, like you said, is just kind of silly.
Yeah, it's like $2.
Yeah,
I was not expecting anything for $2,
right.
and I
But it
got this.
actually does look kind of like. I mean,
Yeah, I
it's
got this chibi looking thing.
yeah. I mean, it's just ridiculous looking with that giant like mustache thing.
Yeah, it's bigger than the master grade mustache.
Ah,
And if you check the channel, I posted a picture. It actually scales well with the board. Like I finally found some use for the bottom board.
nice.
It's very fancy action base now.
All right.
Yeah, this I'm like, okay, so maybe SDs aren't all bad.
No, I mean some of
They
the
make
SDs are kind of cool, man. Like I've never had anything against SDs. SDs have always been in that weird space of like some of them are cool, but mostly they're just kind of meh at best.
yeah, that was my thought process behind it as well. I feel like I don't get the point of it.
Well, I especially don't get or like don't really understand the point of the like the ones that are like the samurai ones and whatever.
The Sengoku something.
Yeah,
Those are a little over the top for me.
yeah. Like I just don't understand them, and I get it. That's a me problem, but
No,
it's
no, it's not. It's I think it's just for the Chinese markets. Like they are really into the aesthetic.
fair enough, I guess.
Yeah, because I don't see very many people building it. I know a dude who's like a god tier when it comes to like SDs. Like he customizes the hell out of them. And I asked him about these, and I was like, yeah, they exist. I know they. That's who he's the one who told me about the whole Chinese market thing.
Yeah.
Like so, they do like specific custom variants of suits with all the extra flair,
Hmm.
and then sell it as these, event things or festival things.
Fair enough. All right. Let's see. Just gonna put these ones on the front of the feet, and then or on the front of the legs. Well, around the legs, and then I think I'm gonna be done with these stickers.
Mm.
If I can get it on without screwing it up.
I have the weirdest problem right now with the Cassie. I was like, I know it's going to be a high grade if anything, but after seeing the Mechanical, I think the Cassie is kind of ruined for me. Like it's completely my fault at this. I've looked at the Mechanical for so long, even the regular, normal, official Bandai kit looks weird. But I hope they make a master grade of it. That thing would be a nice collector's thing.
Yeah, we'll see. Is it just me, or did I see that somebody posted that they announced they're making a I don't know if it was a metal build or robot Damashi GPO3.
Oh yeah, it's the robot spirit something.
Yeah. What the
Yeah.
hell? That seems like such a like mind you, I'm not complaining. I like the GPO3 design, but
Mhm.
like holy hell, that's such a random kit or a random mobile suit to get popular all of a sudden.
Yeah, I think they're just going through the line because they released the GPO 1 and 2, and then they did the full burn year a couple of months ago.
Fair enough,
So
I
now they're
guess.
doing the GPO 3 and the Tetra.
Oh, are they actually doing the O4 as well?
Yeah, no. Uh, mm, Tetra is the pink one, right?
Oh,
The one that looks like
oh yeah. I know which one you're talking
Gabur
about. Yep.
Tetra. Yeah.
The Gabura Tetra, not the actual GPO4.
No. Not
Gotcha.
mentioned before, but with the way things are, I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, oh yeah, by the way, we're doing the fourth one as well.
Yeah. It just feels weird to do the O3 without the uh, like the full dendrobium. But I mean, if they were to do a toy of the dendrobium like that, it'd be like, okay, so how much money are you willing to spend on a
It
robot
would
spirits
same with the
toy?
high grade kit. Yeah, they just scale everything way the hell down.
Yeah. Although, I mean, I do have that high grade in my backlog, and I'm gonna get around to it one of these days. Not today though, but one of these days.
Mm. I wanna get the Rodam's version of it. No idea where I'm gonna keep it or how I'm going to display it, or even if it's feasible. But I want it.
Oh, I mean, I've already got the actual robot part. I just have I'm waiting for them to put the weapon sets up. Yeah.
Mm,
I mean, yeah, it is completely ridiculous, and there's absolutely no reason for it to exist. And like storage and like the actual logistics of doing the assembly, like everything on that is going to be a pain in the ass to do because it's just going to be so big. But you
mhm.
know what? I'm willing to take that challenge.
Worth.
I mean, because
Uh,
just think about like people who have like their the large like Mechanicore kits and
mm,
stuff like that are like bragging pieces. It's like, yeah, okay, well, I got this 172 Dendrobium over here.
mm. For me, it's a two two reason effect. It's like it's a giant thing. It's of course it's going to be like a statement piece.
Yeah.
But on top of that, of the three OVAs and such, I really like 0083. Like way more than the other two.
Oh yeah, same. I
Yeah. So having this
0083 is by far my favorite.
So having this next to the metal belt, it's the third party metal belt Gerber Tetra.
Yep.
That would make for a nice collection thing.
I don't know if
Yeah,
I'm
so
gonna be
I'm
able to
just
pull off the
praying
pose with
that
this. I
it's
want
going
to
to be
do.
all random announcements and not something I really want. If it's something that I might get, it's fine, but I don't want any of the announcements to be like this one thing specifically for you. We are announcing it.
I
Please, this year I've spent too much.
don't know if I'm gonna be able to get the pose I want out of this. It might hold it.
Try to like lean it back a little bit from the ankles. So maybe you can cheat the pose.
Uh, I kind of got it what I want. Like sort of this like spinning like no scope rifling shooting here.
Hmm.
So I think it'll be fine. I'll mess around with it when I actually like take it down to the display case, but
Mm,
For now, I think it looks pretty decent. I know it's hard to tell from the camera angles, but
I'm kind of getting the gist of it. The side profile view is doing all the work there.
yeah, because it's the whole,
Mm,
like, you know, you're not sneaking up on him, man. He sees you. He sees you
mm.
coming around.
Now, would you consider giving it 2 eyes?
Nah,
God, it'd be fun.
no.
Yeah, worth it. Worth the shot.
Actually, the lack of articulation in the neck makes this pose a little bit better, in my opinion. Because it really gives it that whole, like, looking back over the shoulder kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Though now I need to figure out, like, how to pose this, this arm here to make it look like he's actually doing something with it. There we go. Just give them all spread out. Maybe pull that in a little bit.
I can already tell that's not going to be the pose it ends up in.
It might be. I got nothing against this pose.
Oh no, like the space it's going to take up.
Oh, man, I don't care about that. I got plenty of space for this bad boy. I'm just going to put him right up against the side of the case so that this is actually pointing straight out of the case, and you can just put anything you want in front of it. That's pretty much how it's going to end up, because that's how I've got most of my RX-78s posed, because they kind of are doing similar poses with the shooting, but they're a little bit different, so... But anyways, yeah, I think that's where I'm going to call it, and probably go watch this here thing that they're about to start streaming, the Gundam Expo, and see what's going on there.
Mm.
So, but yeah, thanks for popping in and watching, man. I appreciate it. And hopefully YouTube will not lose this with whatever issues that they're having.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Talk to you later. Take it easy.
Okay, man. Later.
See ya.